30, other daughter 20, wife maybe 20 or 30%. That's fair. Now when you see my gender, you see son 40, daughter 40, maybe another daughter you see 90. That's not 1%.
So now we have house one and house two. We have one house, 3 to 5.
was happening by, he said it's kind of same. And the boys can check. It was happening so for pot. I got a letter by just kind of more. No, it was happening. And then our father, or yeah, and then it is here house 1, house 2, house 3, and a senior house. It is here. It's going to be it's even more than what we are paying now. But the question is who's fault it? First of all, Papa nominated beneficiaries like a member. Secondly, I'm about your person to have a wish on your member. To Mr. You've nominated beneficiaries, but you can update it as much as you want. For now, what you can do is that you have to send us a message and then we'll update it for you. Soon, send our around there now. We'll give him the things again, and then you can go to him and update it. At some point, we want to get a very good data point. Now, so you can go on the JSOC website, the portal, and then do it yourself. Right now, you have data then you can go and do it yourself. But for now, let's just work with what we have for now. Right? So that's it for beneficiaries. So if you don't nominate beneficiaries, like I said, you have to go to court to get a letter of administration. But if you nominate beneficiaries, all your beneficiaries need to do is that when the person passes away, they report the death. So, or the death certificate and a medical report. With the staff ID of the deceased, the full name of the deceased, and no beneficiary in the Ghana card. Now, I can't say, oh, Nippon will start up. Nippon will win on the same beneficiaries. And if they happen to be a case of, or the same, you will get now a person contest, you just go to court and get it. There's something called variation. You get variation, say, oh, if I only use for over 8 hours for a month. So the court will vary the beneficiary list and that it only applies to the children and the spouse. And then say they are paying you your savings account. It only applies to children and the spouse. Now please, the proof of death is only 2. Death certificate or medical report. We don't take one too soon. Or what a shock. We don't do that. Just the 2. Just the 2. Okay. Please do the legal process. Then the next one is invalidity benefit. Maybe somebody gets into a very bad accident, they can't work again. Or they get to the point where they can't work again. They don't need to wait till they are 55 and above. They have someone called director or manage letter on to renew. Then medical report saying that they can't work again. They are Ghana card, we pay them their money. Then the last condition is transfer or post overseas. Let's say you leave Bank of Ghana and you come to be a teacher. You can, hey, that's a good you move up and remember. I don't see you Bank of Ghana, but it's my example. Let me use my example. Actually, this was like, no, GS, we don't want to ship. Like this one, is GS, special purchase scheme. So we don't want to ship GS. So you leave Bank of Ghana, come to GS. We are aware of Glyco. That Glyco used to be, most of us thought that Glyco was the one handling of tier 2. Yes. They thought Glyco were the managers. So Glyco essentially was the administrator. The scheme is Jesus. But Glyco is administrator, which is that when tier 2 started, okay, when tier 2 started, it was handled by the government. And then GES decided that, look, we have a large body of people. We want to manage our own scheme. So it was between the government and GES trying to say, GES somewhere. So they had to go to court and settle on who will play this part, who will play that part. So GES is actually quasi-government. So it means that you have the government playing a role, you have the private sector playing a role. Okay. What I'm trying to say is that when they went to court, now the government has the duty of selecting the administrator. Administrator, the human said, paperwork, with details. If you want, if when you retire, the administrator is supposed to do the processes for you and all those things. So that's about the administrator. They don't handle your money. Administrator, literally, that's administrative duties. So that's what Glyco used to do. But inception, now it used to be Pensions Alliance. Then in 2018 to 2025, it moved to Glyco because the government changed at the time. And I say government not saying they changed. It's the government they also buy they moved from Glyco and now it's a pest trust. Now I'm saying this, I'm saying this because it does not affect your money. Now when a trustee is when an administrator is changed, it doesn't affect the money. They can change them 50 times, it will not affect your money. Okay? Because that was one of the major concerns of people. Said, as you keep on changing these people, what happens? It does not affect your money in any ways. What happens rather is that, you know how happens as a director retire for retirement and not transfer. When a new director comes, it will take the new director some time to adjust to the way I'm going money. It's for maybe a week or two, never very slow before the new director will pick up. So that's what happens. Yes, it's not director, but your salary won't change. So it doesn't affect your money. What it does is that maybe the transition process now, it will make things slow. Maybe at the time maybe to have those are the problems you face there. But as to if it will affect your interest, your contributions, no, it doesn't affect it. So now the new the new administrator is Apex Trust. No more opposite Brempe College. What's the name of the area? Social line. Social line. If you want a physical office, you don't need to come to Accra. You can go there, they will equally assist you. But we've done our process that he shared with you. In fact, I've already sent it to him. It's your best share. So our communication lines are all there. But let me give you our WhatsApp number. Please write this down. Let me give you our WhatsApp number. Make up. 027 19 00 977 027 19 00 977. Become one more time. 027 19 00 977. If you have never received a text message from us before, please send us a WhatsApp that you want to update your phone number. Maybe a new phone number. It's important because I'll show you how to check your statement. If you don't have your phone number with us, you won't be able to check it. When you are sending us a message that we should update your phone number, all you have to do is that type your staff ID and the phone number that you want in the system. That's all. And then a picture of your Ghana card so that we can know that it is indeed you. Then send it to us via WhatsApp. We'll update your phone number in the system for you. Okay. And every quarter we send statement. This year we haven't sent it yet. Last year ended it and sent because we're going through the transition period. That time we're changing from Bible to the text. So we've not sent messages in a while. But I'm sure you received the Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. How many of us received that? Exactly. So when they get out, they say you number. So while you number, send us a message again. I'll pause here. I'll let Madam talk. And after I'll take questions. Then I'll show you how to check your statement. Simple. Madam, I'm not working as a bed. I'll check the number.
With MPRA, we go around, educate, we sensitize, they're trying to breathe. So we are more or less like teachers. It's not before police, not yes. So once again, my name is Abuna from MPRA, National Pensions Regulatory Authority, Masinzuka Office. Yeah, so MPRA, as the name implies, we work on pensions. And finally for me, Madam Kanina, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. That is the Juma year. Employer enforcement, say, for instance, like I said earlier, their programs, we inspect, we educate. And see, their programs are not inspecting some institutions, that is private institutions, their government. Government there automatically, government should be at tier 1, tier 2, which you have in mind. But with the employer enforcement, for instance, last week, your inspections, inspecting the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, optional for the workers. But I am the one who said, your boy is standing by the Jambia. A Jumana Sopa or workers, and she should just let my workers know. Would you have tier 2 and my workers know? And see, and back saying that we are forced. Who